Hi friends, and welcome to my channel. My name is Tanner, and this is my Esoterica. Today we are going to be doing a timeless love reading for the sign of Cancer. So we're going to be looking at your energy, Cancer, as well as the person that you are connected to, the person that's most on your mind at the moment. So we're going to go ahead and get started with an animal spirit energy check for you, Cancer. But just keep in mind, even though I'm intending for your energy to come out first, the roles may be reversed. So go ahead and take whichever side resonates with you the most. But all right, thank you, Spirit. Let's go ahead and get started with our Cancer viewer. What energy are they currently in right now when it comes to this connection? Thank you, Spirit. Ooh, right away, the frog. So you are cleansing, releasing, healing from this connection. You also have the firefly on the other side, and this was on the bottom of the deck, so this is kind of energy you may not see coming. But the firefly is all about kind of like inspired action, short bursts of inspired action. The firefly energy talks a lot about getting like high vibrational kind of like downloads or like a high jump up in vibration or elevation in your energies, but it's not something that you can hold on to very long. So it's kind of like just sudden bursts of inspiration or just maybe like downloads from spirit. But you're getting short bursts of inspiration, and I want to say creativity too, because this is fireflies. They have fire in the name, but you know, fire is transformation and change. So maybe you're having like short bursts of realizations or just things starting to become clearer in like small steps. You know, I feel like you're starting to slowly awaken to, you know, maybe your healing or what you need to do to heal from this connection. Thank you, Spirit. Let's see what else do we have for our Cancer viewer when it comes to this connection. Ooh, the buffalo. So this is very grounded energy, very head in the clouds, but feet on the ground. So the buffalo is always looking forward. They're somebody who sees challenges as opportunities for growth. So they're not afraid to, you know, take the bull by the horns, so to speak. So yeah, I get the sense that you're very focused on trying to move forward from this connection and kind of heal yourself and release yourself from it. Let's see what else we got. Thanks, Spirit. For our Cancer viewer, please, their energy when it comes to this connection. We have the spider. So you could be very busy just at work in general right now. Spider energy talks about doing their dharmic work or what they're meant to be doing in life. So your person, or you, sorry, you are very much focused on building your own web, something that can sustain and support you as well as the people that you care about. Earth energy, so you could just be focused on your foundations or money, material things at the moment. Emotionally, I feel like you're definitely focused on healing and trying to release this individual. But all right, let's go ahead and see what ends up on the bottom of the deck for you, Cancer. And then we'll see what card comes out of the deck when we do the shuffle. For Cancer, ooh, the whale. So this is beautiful energy too. This is feminine energy, but I'm not gendering anybody. But this is kind of like the highest, I think, expression of feminine energy in the water deck, or suit, I should say, in this animal deck. So very Queen of Cups coded. Somebody who's very much in touch with their emotions, isn't afraid to go to dark places. And they act as like a beacon for others, a light for others. So I feel like people are kind of drawn to you because you have such a kind and caring and empathetic nature, and people can't help but sense and be drawn to that. So that's beautiful energy, Cancer. It seems like you're very focused right now on kind of healing and releasing this connection right now, whatever collective of Cancers I am channeling right now. And yeah, focused on just being your beautiful, heart open, empathetic self. All right, thank you, Spirit. Let's see what comes out in the shuffle for our Cancer viewer. What energy are they currently embodying the most right now when it comes to this connection? Thank you, Spirit. For our Cancer viewer, please. What energy are they currently in right now when it comes to this connection? A very specific card wants to come out for you, Cancer. Ooh. Alright, we'll zhuzh it around and see what else comes out. Thank you, Spirit. For our Cancer viewer, please. What energy? I can hardly talk, so maybe you guys are having communication issues or aren't able to communicate clearly at the moment. For our Cancer viewer, please, Spirit. What energy are they currently embodying right now when it comes to this connection? The Nightingale. This has come out a lot in my sign readings and my zodiac readings. But the Nightingale talks about expressing a truth, needing to express a truth. You could be a very creative person. The Nightingale personality type is drawn to like singing and music and writing. So you could find yourself drawn to these topics or ways of expressing yourself. This is air energy, so you could just be very much in your head right now about this connection or thinking about it a lot. Or you could have, air placements. You could have Aquarius or Gemini or Libra placements in your chart, in your astrological chart. Told you I couldn't speak very much. On the bottom of the deck now you have the Unicorn. So this is energy of kind of like third eye opening, third eye awakening. You're starting to ask the bigger questions of like, why are we here? What is God? That sort of stuff. But you could be asking, when it comes to this connection in particular, you could be asking like, what was the point of this connection? Or you could be opening up to the bigger truth of this connection. Take that how it resonates. But I'll go ahead and read the Nightingale from the guidebook here. Yeah, you've had a lot of air energy. Even when I was shuffling before I started filming, you had the dragonfly. And you also had, and the firefly, remember? Those are all air energies. So I feel like, yeah, you're very much in your head right now when it comes to this connection. But the Nightingale, I stopped on the firefly for some reason. We will get there. We will get there. Here we go. So Nightingale, a fearless voice, speech, communication, or song. So the song of the Nightingale is otherworldly. This simple brown bird, almost unnoticeable among the flashy plumage of other birds, transports its listener to the realm of poetry. Nightingale energy is with us when we write, compose, and especially when we sing. It reminds us that music heals the deepest wounds. So maybe you like connecting to music to help you heal. Very water sign thing to do. I feel like that came up for Pisces as well. Maybe you're dealing with a Pisces. I think this was Pisces energy also, the Nightingale. Very, very specific. Music can heal the deepest wounds. This card indicates a need to open the bridge between the heart and the voice. Is there something you need to say? How long has it been since you sang? Turn it up, write it down, and let it out. So yeah, it seems like maybe you're holding back communicating with this person in some way, communicating the truth or communicating what you feel. Another card that came up when I was shuffling all these decks before I started recording was the Black Egg, and that talks about living in truth and being authentic and living from an authentic place. That also has to do with, I believe, the throat chakra. So a lot of energy about needing to speak up, needing to speak out, needing to say something here. But yeah, you could be a very artistic type, very drawn to music. Maybe you're, again, healing through music. Maybe you're getting like messages from your person through music. Stuff of that nature. But yeah, that's you, Cancer, Nightingale energy. We're assuming. We'll see how things end up with this other person here. But thanks, Spirit. Let's go ahead and get an animal spirit card for your person, the person you're connected to, Cancer. Thank you, Spirit. What about the person our Cancer is connected to? What energy are they currently embodying right now when it comes to this connection? Let's see what we got. So we have the Panther. So this is energy of purging, of releasing things that no longer serve you. This is fire energy. This is, again, transformation. I feel like your person, with just the imagery on this card, is probably also going through a dark time right now. But they're trying to purge, they're trying to release things. And I feel like, on the other hand, they have the cosmic egg here. The cosmic egg is starting to understand the oneness of the universe. It's a very spiritual card. It is the last step it's the last card, I should say, of the animal spirit deck in general. So this is a card of like elevating spiritually, upgrading spiritually. Let's see what else comes out. Thanks, Spirit, for our Cancer collective. Their person. Ooh, they have the shark energy. So this is also something about needing to express truth, something dark needing to come to light. This energy has also come up a lot in my zodiac reading so far. So yeah, it seems like both of you are kind of holding back and need to express a truth to one another. And you're also both purging. It's like you're both kind of running from each other right now, or not really. Yeah, you're not really in contact, but it seems like both of you want to express a truth, and you know you need to, but it's like you're both just trying to release this connection right now. Let's do another cut, please, for the person our Cancer is connected to. Thank you, Spirit. Ooh, the moth. So this is very flighty energy. This is somebody who is attracted to the next bright, shiny thing, but they probably won't keep their attention for very long before they are also off to the next shiny thing, if that makes sense. So it seems like your person is trying to purge and release negative habits that they may have, but they're still kind of easily distracted and are just kind of, maybe they're like trying to soothe the purging feelings, like the pain that you go through when you're purging things, by trying to distract themselves by going to the next shiny thing. This could be maybe a person or a hobby or anything really, but take it as how it resonates for your person. Let's see what else comes out. We'll do one more and then we'll look at the bottom. Thank you, Spirit, for the person our Cancer is connected to here. Ooh, we have the Lion. So more fire energy for this person. The Lion, I believe, is the highest form of fire energy in this deck. So this talks about complete like self-mastery and just growth and evolution. So it seems like your person really is leveling up in their own way. They're going through some sort of big kind of transformation. But still, you know, they're easily sidetracked. They're easily pulled toward that next shiny thing, right? It's like they almost don't want to stay in the dark. That Panther card was showing. They want to like come out of that darkness into this light, even if it's just for a minute. And even your card has something like dark and light. The shark card had that too. So a lot of darkness coming to light, needing to happen. Or maybe it did happen and that's why. No, I feel like it needs to happen because the shark was energy that needs to be exposed. The nightingale is speaking from an authentic place. So you both want to express a truth to one another, yet you're also both trying to heal and purge from this connection. Like I said before, it's kind of like you're both runners right now. But let's see what ends up on the bottom of the deck for you, for the person our Cancer is connected to, Spirit. Thank you. The Otter. So it seems like your person is very much trying to focus on their own happiness right now. That's what the Otter represents. Yeah, this is the happiest, most joyful water card in the deck. So yeah, your person may be in their feelings a little bit because they had a few water cards pop out. But yeah, it seems like they're focusing on their own happiness. That's their focus right now. But thanks, Spirit. Let's go ahead and look deeper into this person our Cancer is connected to. What animal spirit card best encapsulates their energy right now when it comes to this connection? Thank you, Spirit. for the person our Cancer is connected to. Thank you. So on the cut here, we have the snake. So this is about being on the edge of a spiritual awakening. So I feel like, again, your person is leveling up in their own way, and they're on the precipice of fully awakening. They have a lot of potential, spiritual potential. But the card that came out for them was the butterfly, but it came out in reverse, and not many none of the cards are set up to come out in reverse in this deck. So when things pop out in reverse, it's significant. It's significant. That this is also an air card. The butterfly is also an air card. So more air placements. Your person probably is also in their head right now about this connection. And the butterfly is all about transformation, right? But it's almost like in reverse. It's like your person is resisting transformation or not letting themselves go through maybe this purging process. That's kind of what I was just talking about, right? With the moth energy. It's like they want to transform. They're trying to do the work. They're trying to purge, right? That panther energy. But it's like they're resisting it. Like they don't, and that's the moth. So they're letting themselves be distracted by that next shiny thing instead of actually buckling down and doing the work to evolve and change. But let's see what the butterfly says. Here we go. Undergoing great change and transformation. So the energy of the butterfly is with us during periods of transition. Since air is the element of the heart in this book, in my book, is the element of the mind and mental energy, because I'm going with like tarot stuff. This change usually involves relationships, or if you love your job, perhaps your career. Since transition is accompanied by some amount of discomfort, be extra patient and kind during this time, especially if the butterfly is you. Let solid friends and activities support you like a cocoon. Committing to one daily routine, a meal, practice, or prayer, done at the same place and time will do wonders for lifting a butterfly spirit. But when out of balance, which is what this is indicating, it suggests that this butterfly person is frustrated or fragile. And yeah, I'm getting resisting change a lot with the reversal here. So it's like, on the one hand, they're trying to do the work, or it's on their mind to do the work. I think they are getting spiritual upgrades and downloads and stuff because, again, we had the cosmic egg for them. But yeah, I think easily distracted with that moth energy, and maybe doing that on purpose so they don't have to actually do the work to purge and heal. That's never fun. But all right, we're going to go ahead and look deeper into this nightingale energy, which I'm assuming is you, Cancer. Let's see, when it comes to this connection. Again, I've already shuffled all of these decks, so let's see what comes out. For our Cancer. So we have silence. So you could be holding back from your person. You could be trying not to talk to them very much, or stonewall them in some way, shape, or form. But it seems like you're not really communicating with this person right now. And it seems like you're conflicted about this connection too. This is giving me, because it says hot and cold energy on here, so I'm thinking of the Knight of Wands. So it seems like you're kind of going back and forth in this connection. Like you want to reach out and you want to be part of their life, and then other times you kind of want to take a step back and you're just like, no, this is too much drama for me. I can't keep up. So at the moment, I feel like you want to pull back from this person. You don't feel the need to talk to them right now. Maybe you're trying to freeze them out with the stone wall. A lot of the imagery here is really cold. So they could be feeling left out in the cold, or maybe you are. Maybe you're feeling this way because they're not communicating with you. But either way, yeah, I feel like you're going back and forth about this connection a lot. Thanks, Spirit. What else do we have for this nightingale person, please? Ooh, possibilities. So I feel like, in this taking a step back, you're starting to see that you have way more potential possibilities around you, maybe other people, or just other things to focus on, maybe a job or something like that. But here it says free spirited adventure and risks. So I feel like you're kind of in this energy of wanting to take risks, of wanting to put yourself out there, wanting to have a good time, because you've already been doing a lot of healing and cleansing work. And yeah, you kind of just want some adventure for a little bit. You want to have a good time. Can't blame you there. All right, let's see what else we have, and then we'll cut it and look on the bottom. Thanks, Spirit. One more cut this way for our Cancer. Feeling hopeless. Yeah, you're feeling, it says sinking despair and falling apart. So I feel like when it comes to this connection, you're feeling hopeless, like there's no way to continue it, or there's no point in doing so. That was a lot, but we have broken here on the bottom, so I feel like that was necessary. This was the only card that was still in my hand after all of those other ones jumped out. So I feel like you are going through a really tough time. Not only are you feeling broken and shattered in some ways, but you're feeling hopeless too. Goodness, how do I? All right, I got it. All right, thank you, Spirit. Let's see what ends up on the bottom for you, Cancer, with these oracle cards. For Nightingale person, please, Spirit, for our Cancers. Shocking. So turmoil, trouble, and unexpected. So something shocking could have happened to you recently. Maybe your person kind of took you by surprise in some way that you weren't anticipating. Yeah, it says turmoil, trouble, and unexpected. So it feels like, maybe this connection took you by surprise. That's always a classic interpretation. But yeah, I think more than anything else, this is just a connection that maybe took you by surprise, or they've done something recently that took you by surprise. All right, thanks, Spirit. Let's go ahead and look deeper into this Nightingale person. What energies are they currently in when it comes to this connection? For our Cancers, please, Spirit. We have thinking as the first one for you. Possibilities again, so very much focused on taking risks and having fun. Ooh, but you're longing still. Ooh, beginnings. Girl, make up your mind here. Ooh, here we go. Ecstasy. So we have elusive here. Deception, dishonesty, and trickery. So maybe this person hasn't been completely honest with you, or maybe you feel like they've been a little elusive, that they've been hard to pin down. But you're still thinking about this person. The first card that came out was thinking. So it says missing you, craving, and desiring. So as much work as you've tried to do to heal and cleanse and release this connection already, I feel like it's still hard for you to let this person go. They're still on your mind all the time. And it's almost like you can't get much peace is what I'm getting here. Yeah, you're thinking about this person, and yeah, you're still longing for them. Both of these cards have craving on them. So you're definitely craving this person's energy, maybe, or their body, or just something about them. You're craving it, and it's on your mind constantly. Maybe you want to, with this possibilities card coming out again, maybe you want to take a risk, another risk with this person. Maybe you want to kind of just say to hell with convention, or to hell with what happened in the past. I don't care. I just want to take this leap of faith. I just want to be with you. And it seems like we have beginnings here too. So it seems like a new beginning is on the horizon, or at least that's what you want. You want to have a new beginning with this person. And I feel like in some ways they bring you a lot of ecstasy, for lack of a better term. That's what this card is. Here it says chasing thrills, excitement, and a good time. So when it coming out with this possibilities card, like we were talking about on the cut. It feels like maybe it's, that you want to take risks and you want to have a good time. Maybe in an attempt to distract yourself from this person again. But yeah, you're very much in an energy of taking risks, of having a good time. And this person brings out a lot of deep romantic feelings for you, or just like the chemistry is off the charts. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting here. So yeah, I definitely see that you're missing this person a lot. You're longing for them. You're thinking about them. You want a new beginning, and they bring you some deep ecstasy. I was trying to think of. They bring you a lot of ecstasy. Sorry, I'm also pretty tired. I'm doing this reading after I worked all day, so maybe you guys are feeling tired too. Maybe you're feeling kind of bogged down by this connection or other things that are happening in your life. All right, thanks, Spirit. Let's go ahead and look at this butterfly in reverse person. What energies are they currently in right now when it comes to this connection? What are they embodying? Thanks, Spirit. All right, this butterfly in reverse energy. Apology. So I feel like they owe you an apology. We have shallow here, so they're feeling kind of empty without you. We have silence, so they're the one holding on or doing the silence. They're stonewalling you, is what I'm getting here. All right, we'll zhuzh it around a little bit for the last two. We'll see what ends up on the cut. I didn't do that for this person yet. And 3, let's see. Here on the bottom, we have trapped. So they could feel like they are tied down in some sort of way, or they're trapped, like there's no way that they can move forward here. But yet we have healing and peace. So I feel like they're trying to focus on their healing, on their peace. Maybe they feel trapped by your energy, or they feel like no matter what they do, they just can't kind of escape from the thought of you, from the presence of you. But they do want to have peace with you. They want to have balance here, and they want to heal this. They do want to heal this connection here. I'll do one cut because those ones were pretty telling. But ooh, the twin flame card popped out for this person. So I feel like they think you have a very strong spiritual connection. Maybe twin flame is relevant to you. We have mirroring, shared feelings, and reflection. So we had that broken mirror card that popped out for you. So twin flames often mirror one another. But I think the most important thing about this card is like whatever you're feeling, they're feeling too, especially if you do resonate with being a twin flame. And we had a lot of mirroring type energy on both sides for you. Needing to express a truth, both of you purging and cleansing and healing. But it seems like the way that is taking place is different for both of you because you guys both got different animal cards for kind of the same sort of energy. So it's very interesting. All right, Spirit, let's go ahead and get 2 more for our Cancer viewers person. Thanks, Spirit, for the person our Cancer viewer is attached to right now. 2 more cards, please, Spirit. The person our Cancer is connected to. They got conflicted too, so more mirroring because you also got that energy. Trying to figure out, should they stay or should they go? Do they want to put some energy into this connection or not? All right, 1 more card, please, Spirit, for this butterfly in reverse energy. Ooh. Okay, we got 2 more. All right, so on these cuts, we have releasing, so letting go, walking away. Maybe that's something they've done recently or something that they're trying to do again. But we also have cloudy judgment. illusions unbalanced and distorted. So I feel like whatever's going on in their life at the moment, they're not really seeing things very clearly. Oh, and yet they have clarity here. So maybe there's just things going on in their life. Maybe again with those distractions that I was talking about with that moth energy. Maybe this is what that cloudy judgment is coming, how it's coming into play. Um, because when I think of illusions, I think of things. I think of like a moth to light. So yeah, I feel like your person is clouding their own judgment by distracting themselves from the actual work that needs to be done, the transformation that needs to take place here with this butterfly energy. But they're not doing it. They're not doing it. But again, I feel like they do know that they owe you an apology. They do want to come forward and share that with you at some point, or at least they know that they owe you one. I don't know if they're going to come forward and offer it to you, because again, we have silence here, and it came up on your cut, the silence, and it came out for them. So I feel like they are the ones holding back from you being silent with you. I feel like they know that that's not right, that they do that to you, that they kind of stonewall you and ice you out. So that's what they know that they need to apologize for, because they feel empty without you. That's just kind of this is the shallow card. It says hollow, empty, and boredom. So like you're definitely somebody who brings light into their life, and without you around, they're realizing how kind of dull and empty they feel. But they're conflicted again, just like you are, mirroring again, twin flame energy again. But they're also kind of in and out on this connection. They don't know if they want to stay or if they want to go. It also says multiple choices on here. So they could have other people that they're trying to entertain, again, with that moth energy. And they're distracted more than anything else. Moth energy again. I'm so sorry, but it's coming up so much. This person is so distracted and so easily pulled toward that next shiny thing that they're not doing the work. They're not doing the work that needs to be done. I think also, though, because clarity did come out, that they're starting to see the truth of how they've been acting, the truth of, you know, what this connection really means to them, the truth about what you mean to this person. And yeah, they want to come forward with honesty, with the truth, with an apology. Maybe that's what this is. Um, and yeah, just living more aligned with their inner truth. But they got to stop resisting this transformation that's taking place in order to do so. They got to stop being distracted. They need to buckle down and do that purging with the Panther card that showed up. And that's hard work to do, because the Panther on that card, I don't know if they hunt at night. I don't know much about Panther hunting habits, but I do know that on that card, that Panther was surrounded by complete darkness. So it's like they almost can't see the light through for all the hard work that they need to do to release, all the things that they need to heal. um but yeah, I think again they're starting to see the truth of their actions. um they want to be more intentional and honest with you and open with you, because again they know that they feel empty without you. So they're trying to figure it out. I know they're not talking to you, but they do know they owe you an apology. And yeah, they're just distracted by all the little shiny lights in their life. And, things won't be able to change for this person until they actually sit down to do the work to clear out all of those negative things that they are holding on to. And like, we all do this, right? When we know we need to heal, but sometimes the work is just too hard, or it feels impossible, or you just kind of want to take the pain away by distracting yourself with good times, with good people, with substances, what have you. But yeah, you got to do the work to transform. You can't just continually distract yourself and hope things will change for you, because that's not just not how it works. But we're going to go ahead and look deeper into your energy, Cancer, with a tarot pull for this connection. So let's zhuzh these decks around a little bit. You know how we do, or maybe you don't. You probably don't, because I only have like a handful of followers at the moment. But that's okay, because we do the work anyway. And trust that those who need to find it will find it. So thanks, Spirit. Let's go ahead and look deeper into this Nightingale energy, our Cancer viewer, I am assuming. Let's go ahead and see what their energies are like when it comes to this connection, what they need to know. All right, so first things first, on this side, you have the Five of Pentacles. So this is feeling left out in the cold. This is feeling abandoned. This is feeling maybe you're having some financial trouble too, and that's causing you problems right now. But this is all about feeling, yeah, abandoned and left out in the cold. And if this person has just kind of stonewalled you out and stopped talking to you or stopped communicating with you, it's no wonder that you feel this way. The other card that came out on this side was Temperance. So this card is all about finding balance again. It's about transmuting pain into power and using what you learn to lead you onto the path of higher existence. With this little crown in the background here, you can see the trail ends up there, leads there. So it's like doing all this work to balance yourself, balance your emotions. There also is fire energy here, so transformation, third eye opening on this. You can see his little halo on his forehead, whatever. There's like a sun there. So that's third eye awakening. That's leaning into your intuition. That's just being more aware of other people's intentions, that sort of stuff. That's third eye opening. But you're finding balance again. And even though you felt or you feel abandoned and left out in the cold, you're finding a sense of balance again and transforming all that pain into something to elevate you. Thanks, Spirit. What else do we have for this Nightingale person? We have the Two of Wands. So this is all about planning how to take action. You can see that this person here is standing on this castle thing. I believe it's a castle. They're standing there, and that represents their comfort zone. Like, ooh, well, judgment. So answering to a higher calling, maybe with the two and the and Temperance. Oh, the Two of Wands and Judgment here. You're trying to figure out how you can like answer to a higher calling. Let me grab those cards. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so the cards that fell out on the floor, the Two of Wands, of course. We have the Nine of Wands that came out, the Seven of Wands, and the World. So I feel like, you know, you've definitely, I think you're figuring out how to move forward or how you want to move things forward with this connection. I feel like you've definitely had to fight for this connection or had to fight for some attention from this person. Because we have the Seven and the Nine of Wands that popped out. And we still haven't even talked about anything that actually came out for your energy, but I feel like this is a connection that you fought for a lot. You've tried to persevere. You've tried to make things work. But now you're starting to realize that you need to have stronger boundaries with this person, because on both of these cards, there are wands that are sort of acting as boundaries. And I feel like on this card in particular, on the Seven of Wands, this person has like half boundaries, especially compared to the Nine, right? I feel like, you know, if your boundaries are not strong with this person, you're going to have to continually keep fighting to persevere, and you're never going to get much peace or feel like you, oh no, I ruined that card. Or feel like you will, like if you stop fighting, the connection will go away. And I feel like you've also been through a lot with this person, and that made you have to put up stronger boundaries with them. Because this is like the wounded warrior card, right? This is somebody who's seen a lot, been through a lot, and is still kind of waiting on the next attack, the next thing to be ready for. But at the same time, I have to cover it because she's naked, but you're leveling up in a strong way. I feel like you're taking all the lessons that you've learned from this connection and are about to kind of be rebirthed in a way, or at least in the way maybe that you approach connections or approach love in general. you've learned a lot of lessons from this, and they've been kind of painful and definitely, difficult. Sorry. With the 7 and 9 of Wands here, I'm going to get a good view for you guys. There we go. And all of it has taught you so much, and it allows you to level up and just become more aware of your own power and what you can do to fulfill yourself. That's all. Those are all themes of the world. So those cards just popped out, and I feel like, again, everything in a tarot reading has significance. So those messages need to come out for somebody. But let's go ahead and pull some cards, actually, and see what comes out for you, Cancer. Thank you, Spirit. Let's go ahead and look deeper into our Nightingale person, please. To our Cancers. I feel so bad about that card. It's not that bad. Sorry, friends. Okay. Thanks, Spirit, for our Nightingale energy. Tarot pull for their energy right now. We have the Hanged Man. So, hold on. That's holding back and gaining new perspective, seeing things from a new angle. Eight of Wands. Ooh! The Hermit. Alright, friends. So, first things first, or second things second, I guess, because of that pop-out thing that happened. But anyway, so on the cuts here, the Knight of Pentacles is on the bottom, and the Ten of Pentacles was on this cut here. So I feel like, again, money is very important to you right now, especially because you have the Five of Pentacles come up for you too. So I feel like you're very focused on your material world. You're trying to move things forward and, are trying to be patient with yourself. The Knight of Pentacles is very slow and steady, wins the race. You can see that they've got all of the fields tilled already. Everything's planted. They're just waiting for something to bloom, to emerge. But again, it's a slow and steady process. So I feel like if this is your energy, you're very much focused on trying to build yourself up, achieve financial stability with the Ten of Pentacles, just have strong, sturdy foundations, trying to build a legacy for yourself. That's very much what the Ten of Pentacles is about. And it's something that you build up and that you can leave behind for others, like the people who come after you. So yeah, very much focused on just building yourself up, building your legacy, building up your foundations. And you know that that's kind of like slow and steady work. But, oh goodness, Six of Wands too, this just came out. So maybe focusing on achievements or success, trying to be seen and feel validated for what you offer, what you bring to the table. That could also just be in this connection. That's what you are hoping for, or, what you want to work towards if you're still trying to give this person a chance. But overall, more than anything, I see that you are, in this energy of holding back. You're waiting. This is a surrender in a way. So I feel like you're trying to surrender to this connection, surrender to the pain and the lessons that it's taught you. And all of it is giving you a new perspective on, again, love and relationships, or what you need to be and feel secure in a relationship and things of that nature. Eight of Wands is the next card that came out for you. And this is all about fast forward momentum, moving forward with a quickness. And this is also a card of messages. So maybe you have reached out to your person recently, or you want to reach out, or you're planning to reach out. But yeah, I think focused on moving forward more than anything else. Trying to move forward in a strong, powerful way. We also have the Hermit here. So this is energy of somebody who is taking a step back and doing a lot of self-reflection, a lot of deep kind of internal work. So I feel like this connection, or things that have gone on in this connection recently, have really had you slow down and start doing some self-reflection and starting to see things from a different, new angle and perspective that maybe you didn't see things from before. And I feel like all of that is kind of fueling your growth forward, like accelerating your growth and helping you move forward really, really quickly. Or something else that I'm getting is that all the self-reflection and new perspectives that you're doing is going to make you want to communicate, because the Eight of Wands is a card of communication and messages as well. Um, it makes you, all this reflection makes you want to communicate to your person, hey, this is what I know that I need to feel secure in a connection. Can you give that to me? Because you have been doing the work. You have taken a step back. You have surrendered. You have learned lessons. And with the beginnings card here, maybe you are trying to reach out and start something over with this person. Just don't forget all that self-reflecting and growth that you've undergone, and that this person has resisted undergoing. You can't, unfortunately, I wish you could. You can't force people to meet you where you're at if they're not also there. So if you've done all this self-reflecting work and you've gotten new perspectives, and this person is just distracting themselves and in that moth energy and just flitting about to the next shiny thing, and not actually sitting in that panther energy, not actually letting themselves purge, you guys are still going to be misaligned, even if you and your wisdom, your new wisdom, uh reach out and be like, hey, like, I know that I've done some thinking and I understand and know what I need to be fulfilled and happy in this connection. They're still not going to be able to meet you there because this person is not doing the work. They're not communicating with you with that silence, but also with my throat chakra being weird, my throat being weird. Um, but yeah, so I just want to say, be careful, Cancer. I know you really care about this butterfly person. I know you want to take a risk and just start over again. And maybe if you're just more stronger in your boundaries and know what you stand for and what you want, that things will be different. And I feel for you. I've been there so many times. But again, the truth of the matter is what I was saying before, is that if they're not ready to meet you there, you can't force it to happen. They have to do the work in their own time. And if they are refusing to do so, if they're refusing to transform, even if they know they need to apologize to you, um, they're going to keep going to the next best thing to keep their mind off of having to come forward and talk to you, even if they are starting to see the truth of things with the clarity card. Very interesting, Cancer. Don't let this person drag you down. Okay, promise. All right, my friends, we're going to go ahead and look deeper into this butterfly in reverse person with a tarot pull of their own from a different tarot deck. So on the bottom, we have the Nine of Swords here already. This is energy of anxiety, of being kept up at night, of um, yeah, just being anxious. So maybe they're thinking about you a lot at night, or thoughts of you are keeping them up. Again, they are feeling shallow and hollow without your energy in their life. So they're anxious about it. They're anxious about this connection, and yeah, they're conflicted. They don't know what to do. Maybe that's why they're staying up at night, because they're kind of in and out. They don't know what they want to do. But let's see. Thanks, Spirit. Let's go ahead and look deeper into this butterfly person, please, for our Cancers. You have the Hangman. They have the Hangman. So they're also trying to take a step back and gain new perspectives on things. This is mirroring energy, that twin flame card again. So yeah, I feel like your person is also starting to get new perspectives on things, starting to see things differently. Let's see what else comes out. Thanks, Spirit. What else do we have for this butterfly person? We have the Moon. So this is not seeing things clearly. This is illusions. Could be distractions again. Let's see. It says illusion, mystery, dreams, intuition, fear, anxiety. Um, yeah. So I feel like, this kind of goes hand in hand with this Nine of Swords. So I feel like your person is definitely just being easily distracted, getting easily distracted, not seeing things clearly, and they're anxious. They're staying up at night thinking about the connection, thinking about where they went wrong, again, because they know they need to apologize to you, even if they're not communicating that to you right now with the silence part. Thanks, Spirit. What else do we have? Ooh, the Page of Wands. So yeah, I feel like this person is still very interested in you. They're still attracted to you. The Page of Wands is all about passion and inspiration and just that kind of like inner spark, inner fire. And the wands in particular are very, they signify, I don't know what I was trying to say. They signify physical attraction because a wand looks very much like, if you know what I mean, if you catch the drift. But yeah, I feel like this person is still very much attracted to you. They're still drawn to you in some way, shape, or form, even if they're not doing anything to act on that right now. Let's do one more cut, and then we'll see what ends up on the bottom again. Well, yeah, the Ten of Wands. So they're very burdened right now. Maybe they feel kind of overburdened by everything that they have going on. But yeah, I feel like they're struggling with the work of doing the purging. Again, they're resisting this transformation, and I feel like it's weighing them down now more so than it's helping them. All of that distracted energy, that moth energy. And, you know, the Nine of Swords is still on the side. Usually they switch up a little bit, but I feel like your person, yeah, very anxious and overburdened with the thought of transformation, with the act of transformation, which is understandable. It's not easy to evolve and to release habits and things that maybe have served you before. But this is a time of growth just collectively. And, you know, if your person's not willing to do it, I feel like, you know, just don't be afraid to leave them behind if you're doing the work and they're not. You get what I'm saying? Let's see what ends up on the bottom. Ooh, Three of Cups. So this brings me back to that distracted energy. This person, I feel like, is way more focused on having a good time and partying, right? That's kind of exactly what this card represents. And sometimes that's good, and sometimes that can be not so good. So yeah, I feel like your person, again, is distracting themselves from doing the actual work that they need to grow and change and evolve, because they're just looking for that next quick fix, something that will kind of just get them through those anxious nights that they're feeling. So this could be with other people, this could be with other romantic interests, this could be just going out and just drinking a lot, or, you know, whatever. Take it how it resonates. But this person, yeah, is more focused on having fun right now than actually doing the work that needs to be done. I think they're starting to realize that. I think so. We'll find out. But thanks, Spirit. Let's go ahead and look deeper into this butterfly person, please, for our Cancers. Well, thanks. This butterfly person, please, Spirit, for our Cancers. Very specific cards want to come out. For our Cancer viewer, the person they are connected to. First card was the Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like your person feels like this was a fated connection. They were meant to meet you. You guys were meant to meet each other. Let's see what else comes out. All right, thanks, Spirit. A few more cards, please, for this butterfly person. Two more cards, please, Spirit. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Jiminy Crickets. Thank you. One more, please, Spirit. One more card, please, for this butterfly person. Ah. So here we have the Hierophant on the bottom here. This is a card of commitment. This is a card of spiritual knowledge, of being a teacher or trying to step into a teacher type role. I feel like what this is saying is that your person definitely feels a spiritual connection with you, especially because we have that Wheel of Fortune card that actually came out for your person. So they feel like this is a very fated spiritual connection, that you guys do have something that's otherworldly in some way. This is also a card of commitment. Maybe they even see you as somebody that they could marry, if things ever got there. But again, it's like they're not doing the work. We also have the Sun here. Normally, this is a very good card, but I feel like with everything else that's come up so far, this is like more distractions, like trying to find joy, trying to have fun, trying to have a good time. But again, it's avoidance. That is the main thing here. What are the shadow aspects of the Sun? Feeling down, overly optimistic, depression, sadness, carelessness, arrogance. I feel like the upright Sun is more apt to this person's energy, but again, it's them focusing on having a good time, having fun, and not doing the work to change again, even though they see you as somebody that they could be married to or would want to get married to. But again, fated connection. You guys were meant to meet, meant to change each other, um, meant to be part of each other's lives. And they're definitely still thinking about you. This is the Six of Cups. This is very seeing things through rose-colored glasses. This is, thinking about just childhood and happy memories, like sepia-toned memories is how I like to think about it. So your person is definitely thinking about you still. They're still reminiscing about you. Even if they're not talking to you, you're still in their mind and in their thoughts. Again, we had a lot of air energy, remember, come out for their animal spirits card. So very much in their head. And what else do we have but another air card with the Two of Swords? So this is all about what? Making decisions. So this person needs to make a decision about what to do. They're trying to protect their heart here. The swords are crossed in front of this person's heart. And they don't know what to do. They don't know what choice to make. So for this card, the advice is to listen to their intuition or your intuition if you feel like you're this butterfly person. Because this woman has a blindfold on, and in the tarot, blindfolds represent looking inwards. So I feel like this is talking about this conflicted energy that they feel, this hot and cold energy. Like, do they stay or do they go? Do they try to make this work or not? And I feel like with the energy that they're currently in, which again, very moth energy, very much just kind of focused on distractions right now more than anything else. That even if they decided to pursue you, again, like I was talking about, those energy levels are not the same. They can't meet you. They can't, even if they wanted to right now, because they're not doing the work. They're refusing to do the work to change. I know that's frustrating to hear. But the only thing you can really do, Cancer, is to continue focusing on yourself. I mean, you're doing the work already. You're doing the reflection, and you want to push forward. Whether you try to push forward with this connection or just push forward for yourself, um, that is very much the energy that you are in. That's surrounding you right now. Yeah, even if you have taken a step back to try to gain some new perspectives and just think about things some more. Maybe you've done some thinking and you've gained new perspectives and you realize that you still want to be part of this person's life, or you still want them to be part of your life in some way. Um, but yeah, don't let them drag you down. Don't let them do that to you, Cancer. I feel like you've been doing so much work in just elevating yourself. Busy with work too, trying to figure out how to move forward in the best, most logical way. Because this is on the bottom of your deck, right? Keep focusing on that. Keep focusing on the work that you need to do. Because again, they can't meet you where you're at because they're not there. They're thinking about you a lot. They feel a very strong pull and connection with you, but they're stuck. They don't know what choice to make. And until they stop being distracted, until they stop embodying that moth energy and embrace this transformation, this butterfly energy, this change, things aren't going to change. Things aren't going to change. So just keep that in mind. If you feel the urge to reach out, if you feel the need to, try to move things along with this person, just remember that they can't meet you where you are. So even if they try, things will fizzle out again. And they'll probably stonewall you again and repeat the same cycles again because they're not doing the actual work to change. But anyway, that was your reading, Cancer. Thank you guys so much for being here. I know these are long and very involved, but hopefully it gave you some insight if you made it this far. And if you did make it this far, I would love it, love it, love it if you would please like, share, or like, comment, subscribe. I don't know if you can share it if you want. That'd be great. But we're going to end off your reading here with a final piece of advice from Spirit from the Wisdom of the Oracle cards. So thank you, Spirit. Can we please get one final piece of advice for our Cancer viewer? What can they leave here this reading with, just to feel a little bit lighter, a little more seen, feel a little more secure? Thanks, Spirit, for our Cancer viewers. One piece of advice, one final piece of advice. I'm laughing because this card shows up constantly in all of my readings here. On the bottom, you have exchanging gifts. So I feel like no matter what has occurred between you guys have still learned lessons from each other. They've taught you something and you've taught them something, even if it was only about yourselves. That's what energetic exchanges, or exchanging gifts, is about. It's about energetic exchange and the gifts we leave each other as a result of that energy exchange. But your advice is TikTok. And this is very much just a card of divine timing. And, realizing and remembering that things happen in a certain way, like in a realm of time that we don't actually have access to. We have linear time here in the 3D. We live through linear time, so we feel like we have past, present, and future. But really, time is happening all at once. Everything, everywhere, all at once, right? But yeah, this card is just saying, like, surrender to divine timing. If things are meant to be, then things will be. There's nothing you can do to really force it to happen on your own time. That's ego stuff coming out. When you feel the need to make things happen, things should flow. Things should be easy. Surrender to divine timing, because otherwise you're going to drive yourself crazy waiting for this person to actually embrace this transformation and come back to you. But I feel like you deserve more. I want more for you, Cancer. But we're going to go ahead and read this, the message from the book here, and then we will leave the reading there. So TikTok, timelessness, divine timing, immeasurable time. So the Oracle's message here is, when humans created time, everything changed and contracted. People have come to look at life in a linear way, imagining that the past is behind them and the future ahead of them. I was just talking about this. But what if that isn't true at all? What if everything, creativity, beauty, chaos, and order, were happening now in a glorious timelessness? You have all the time in the world to co-create the life you desire, so release your agenda. Let go of your need to shape each moment to your expectations, knowing that what is yours will never be withheld from you. Miracles are here right now and always show up when you need them, right on time. And I'll go ahead and read the relationship message here too, because this is a love reading. But love, the fulfillment of desire, and even the body's reproductive cycles have their own timetable. Some things are preordained and cannot be coerced. Everything has its season, its divine and appropriate timing, especially when it comes to matters of the heart. Remember that you always have enough time for love. to find it, to nurture it, to give and receive it. Its clock is eternal and ticks according to the beating of your heart, in perfect rhythm. Isn't that wonderful to know? Love is always right on time. So yeah, Cancer, that was your reading. Thank you all again for being here, and we will see you in the next one. All right, take care. Bye.